Welcome to Südtirol. On that structure behind me, in just a few moments' time, the fastest men and women of the day are going to be competing in the 4th speed final of the season. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2019 Uiaa Aisklaining World Cup, and welcome to Rabenstein. And of course, welcome to Rabenstein. The action is getting underway in just a few moments' time, and of course there is that wonderful looking ice turm, the ice tower of Rabenstein. Before we do start with the men's and women's speed semi-finals, let's take a look at the action from last week's event in Saas-Fee, Switzerland. Really good shoulder movement. Head barely moves, but that shoulder explodes, and it's another sub-10 second. 9.38 improves yet again. Is she beatable? Amazing work there. So there goes Anton Yemov, so fast through that bottom section, accelerates through the top. 7.60, look at that! Oh my gosh! By 1/100th of a second, goes ahead of Vladislav Yurlov. Absolutely stunning. So Wun Xianshin now has that clip, takes the left tool already on there.
And
right
we
tool.
have a first top. Incredible, and he's going directly for the top line!
It's made! Yannick
So
Leclerc's got the
he's 14
top line!
seconds in!
18's made! Yannick Leclerc's got the top line, and there he is! He's done it! It's gold medal for Yannick
It's
Leclerc!
incredible!
Swiss
It's
arm is
amazing!
taken off! Nobody knows where he's gone! He's in orbit! And what a stunning competition that was. Last week, the 3rd round of the season in Saas-Fee, and ladies and gentlemen, I can promise you this, here we are, of course, for the 4th round of the 2019 Uiaa Aisklaining World Cup here in Rabenstein, and it's going to be a stunner here too. This evening, you are with me and me alone for the speed finals. My name is Liam Lonsdale, and I am delighted to be back with you guys and bringing you the action. The competition is due to start in just a few moments' time. Before it does, let's take a look at those start lists. The top 16 athletes in both male and female categories qualified for the speed semi-finals. They will climb in reverse order. First athlete, in fact that's not true, they will climb in a shuffled order. The first athlete out will be Valeria Bogdan of Russia, then it will be Anna Udartseva of Russia, Kendra Strich of the USA, Yagi Nai of Japan, Katerina Feoktistova of Russia, Anna Lucheka of Czech Republic. We'll then have Mariam Filipova of Russia, Vivian Laboriel of Switzerland, Lindsay Hastings of the USA, the first time we've seen her this season, Olga Kozak of Poland, Haruko Takeuchi of Japan, Enni Bertling of Finland, Natalia Savitskaya of Russia, Maria Tolokanina of Russia, Marion Thomas of France, and our first, in fact, she's the world champion so far, our last athlete rather will be Katerina Kosheva of Russia. In the men's competition, 16 athletes, great to see some French represented again. Tristan Ladavon is back with us from France. He'll be out first, followed by Thomas Gerlein, whose family are out today. They travel all the way to Rabenstein from the US. And Anton Grebenikov will be out next from Russia, Kevin Lindlow of the USA, Anton Yemov of Russia, Navi Bufar of Canada, Nikolai Kuzovlev of Russia, Vladislav Yurlov of Russia, Vladimir Kartashev also of Russia, Dmitry Grebenikov of Russia, Luna Ladavon of France, Marcus Garcia out there of the USA, Radmosen, our speedy Iranian, joins us again. Liam Foster, who took gold medal in Uiaa at the Ice Festival just last week, is with us. Then Anton Sukharev of Russia, and our last and 16th athlete will be Switzerland's Jonathan Brown. It's going to be a thriller. I can promise you that. The Ice Tower here in Rabenstein plays host to some of the most spectacular action of the season, and what better way to join in with that action than to share it on social media. You can use the hashtag that you see on your screen. It's hashtag Uiaa Aisclimbing. You can, of course, contact us in the comments, in the chat box, ask questions, get shout outs, let us know where you're tuning in from. And if you'd like to contact me directly, it couldn't be easier. On any of the social media channels, all you have to do is search at Liam Lonsdale. That's me. So yes, like I said, we will be getting underway in a few seconds' time. That countdown could be accurate, it might not be accurate, but I can see that the athletes are almost ready to go, and we're just waiting for the judges to get things sorted and started. There's one of the route setters for the lead competition, Adrian Pirolo, excuse me. Where are you guys tuning in from? Who are you supporting? We would love to hear from you. Cindy Fisher has already said on YouTube that she's here supporting Lindsay Hastings of the USA. Deborah Kupsel's tuned in from Minnesota. Her daughter is Lindsay Hastings. Look at that, we've got so many people tuned in supporting the USA. Agu Toro's tuned in. George is tuned in over in the USA. Great to have lots of American support this evening. I nearly said this morning. It's morning for you guys. Good morning to all of our American colleagues. So, the last few days have been very interesting here. We've had a lot of snow, over a meter in fact, and it's been crazy. You know, to be frank, it's been kind of crazy. A lot of athletes have been stuck. A lot of athletes have had some problems getting in and out of the venue, but thankfully, with some teamwork, including us towing a car full of Russians yesterday, we've managed to get everybody to the competition safely. And here we are with the first athlete. It is a Russian athlete. It is Valeria Bogdan, who took gold medal last week in Saas-Fee. We know that Valeria is easily one of the fastest athletes on the tour, and here she goes. Now, the format for the speed semi-finals is very simple. The athletes climb on the left route and they climb on the right route. There's two variations. Their times are added up, and their cumulative time is their final result. The fastest 8 cumulative times go through to the finals. So they want to get the fastest 2 times that they can, and then of course we go to the finals, and the finals will be a dual format. So that was Valeria Bogdan. Great technique, solid style, nice work. She moves to the right now, and our next athlete joins us, which is Anna Udantseva. So there is Anna Udantseva on that left-hand side, and Valeria Bogdan on the right, and you just get a feel for the pace that Valeria Bogdan is able to execute, moving really nicely, very simple, rhythmic. It's not the fastest structure on the tour, but we'll definitely see those speeds increasing as we go. And that's Valeria Bogdan's time finished. So we'll take a look at those cumulative times as they come in, and I'll do my best to give you 13.63 seconds was her time then. There's the USA's Kendra Stritch. Kendra, one of our most consistent speed athletes. It's pretty much every speed final. Always here to represent the USA. And she did win a gold medal back in Bozeman, Montana in 2015. There she goes. On the right hand side is Anna Udantseva. The left hand side is Kendra Stritch wearing a bib 101. So far she's moving pretty well. She's got good rhythm with those feet. powering ahead there. Excellent work. And Udartseva on the right-hand side. That is Anna down on the right. You see Kendra in the top of the frame, finishing strong. There's Anna again. Next athlete out is Naoyagi of Japan. He was with us in Sasfe last week. Here the support for Kendra in the background. Naya finished 25th in Sasfe. Kendra on the right hand side. Driving the feet. Just a little slip of the feet there. Manages to find some pace better in that middle section, moving really well up towards the ringer now. Can she get up there fast enough? Good finish for Kendra Stretch. We'll take a look at those cumulative times as they come in. And there's Kendra on the right hand side. Strong finish. Next athlete, one of our strongest speed athletes on the tour. She actually pulled out of the Sasfe competition before it even began last week due to a very aggressive illness. There has been something going around with the athletes, I have to say. Not just the athletes, I managed to pick it up myself. Somehow ended up with this very strange chest infection that's been plaguing me all week, so hopefully we managed to keep a voice for the duration of the competition. Katerina Feoktistova back with us, and very welcome to be back with us. She's such a prolific athlete. There is our current leader, Valeria Bogdan, with a cumulative time of 25.84. Feoktistova with a strong finish there. One to watch. On that right hand side, Naoyagi just having a little bit of trouble in that middle section. Keeps moving. Big finish. There it is. That was Feoktistova, bib 100. Next athlete, Aneta Lujaka. Aneta of Czechia. Competed again in Sasfe last week. Finished 26th. There she goes. And on the right hand side, moving really well. Feoktistova, little stumble in the middle. She did have really good pace at the start of that run. Big finish, 16.44. We'll have to wait and see what her times come in at. That slip in the middle definitely cost Feoktistova precious seconds there. We'll see where that puts her. Aneta Lujeka, Czechia. Reaches over with the right hand, crosses over herself to finish there. First two climbs, of course. Valeria Bogdan still the fastest. And expect that to stay that way some time, certainly until we start to get towards the likes of Maria Tolokanina and Katerina Kosheva. Speaking of fast ladies, bib 109 is Mariam Filipova. Great to see a wave and a smile from her. One of our top competitors. Been on this tour for a very, very long time. 3 rounds, Mariam Filipova sits in the top 10. She's 10th overall. Finished 13th in Korea and 4th in Switzerland. Really nice pace, good technique, good spring through the legs, powerful drive as she approaches that top section. Big finish with that left hand. 13.81 is a good time. Really good time. Aneta Lujeka of Czechia on the right hand side. Looking for her big finish. Little slip there with that right foot. Good finish for her. Not a bad time on that right. You see that technique from Filipova. Really good driving. Look at that focus in her eyes. Doesn't approach that top part of the ice looking at anything else other than where our hands are going to go next. Next athlete joining us is Switzerland's Vivian Labarille. Vivi made the finals of this the league competition in Sosfay last week. It was her first ever finals. Did a fantastic job representing her country in her home competition. And here she is in speed. Filipova on the right hand side now. Her second route gets her right tool stuck there. Will she have what it takes to beat Bogdan in this semi-final? Little slip on that left hand side, struggling with that left leg now. Finishes in 20.70. Not the time she was looking for, but we'll have to see how it does overall. I would imagine that it will be fast enough to see her through to the finals. The top 8 are the ones that go through. As I said, each run is independent of itself and then it's added up. So your left and your right runs are added and then your times are added together. The cumulative time, top 8 fastest cumulative times go through. Next athlete, and I know already that there's plenty of people that are going to be shouting at their screens. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome for the first time to a speed semi-final in the Uiaa Ice World Cup, Lindsay Hastings. Got a problem with the timer there. Just get that fixed.
Ready?
There we go.
There's an issue with her foot.
Sounds like they've got it sorted. Little issue with the weight sometimes on the plate with the foot. There she goes. Little slip with that right foot to get going, but Lindsay Hastings, oh, slips there, manages to catch herself. Vivian Labarille on that right-hand side for Switzerland. Vivi really powering through on that right-hand side. Lindsay managing to make up some ground on the left. Big finish, there it is. So that Vivian Labarille, bid 120. Lindsay Hastings now will move on to the right-hand route. There she is. Another athlete joining us. It is, of course, Poland's Olga Kozak. Here, teammate and team captain Kendra Stritch cheering Lindsay, telling her to relax. Olga Kozak placed 7th overall in this league rankings. She's placed 18th, 4th, and 14th. There goes Olga Kozak. It looked like Lindsay Hastings fell there on that right-hand side. Get another look at that in a second. Olga Kozak with a composed and cautious climb on that left side, I would say. Let's take a look at what happened to Lindsay Hastings there. There she is, bib 107, slipped. Oh yeah, that left arm popped out and there was no saving it. She did lunge with the right, it just didn't happen. So that's Lindsay Hastings out of the competition. There's a lot of people tuned in. Did a great job in her first ever semi-finals. Next athlete, Japan's Haruko Takeuchi. The right-hand side, Olga Kozak. Very much neck and neck at this moment in time. Both athletes often opting for a safe approach. Want to get those times logged. Of course, as soon as you fall, that's it. Oh, look at that. Takayuchi almost slipped and fell there. Olga Kozek finishes first for Poland. It's Haruko Takayuchi finishes second. Next athlete joining us, Finland's Enni Bertling.
That was good. Nice use of
Enni is 5th in the overall ranking so far. Placed 11th in Korea. 3rd in China. Amazing.
Does my white balance look okay, Scott?
5th in Switzerland. Now those are the lead results. Let me find those speed results. For some reason my results screen's refreshed there. We'll find that. Enni Bertling now on the left hand side for Finland. Haruko Takayuchi on the right hand side. Valeria Bogdan still in first place, 25.84 as her cumulative time. Enni Bertling finishes first for the two athletes. I can tell you that she's actually 7th overall in the speed ranking. She finished 10th in Korea, 10th in China, 10th in Switzerland. Very consistent. Haruko Takayuchi putting in a solid effort. Still going. Very happy with herself there. Good work, Haruko Takayuchi of Japan. There was Enni Bertling's strong finish. Now, another Russian athlete joins us, Natalia Savitskaya. Very strong athlete. She's placed 4th in Korea and China and then took bronze medal in Switzerland. Definitely a threat to that top 3. Has won gold medal in the Ice Climbing World Cups before. You can see why as she finds that pace, finds that momentum, accelerates through the middle section, just looks for the best path at the top. Oh, and it's a slip twice before she manages to finish. Enni Bertling of Finland in the right-hand route. Another slip and then finishes. Strong finish there. There's Maria Tolokanina wearing the red bib. She is current world champion. Powering through that Rabenstein ice term, and that's a very strong finish indeed. Natalia Savitskaya, little slip on the right-hand side, but finishes. Tolokanina moves to the right-hand route, and we'll see how she fares with that and whether or not she can knock Valeria Bogdan, her own protege. Tolokanina coaches Bogdan, of course. See if she can knock her off the top spot. Next athlete, Marion Thomas of France. Support from her French teammates, you can hear that. And there she goes on the left-hand side, and Tolokanina on the right-hand side. Very precise movement with those hands. Very strong steps with the feet. Drives through the legs. Bogdan's 25.84 to beat, and it's a good finish. If she's not beat her, then she's painfully close, I can tell you that much, folks. We'll wait for those results to refresh. Wait for those results to come in. You can check those results yourselves. Go to results.theuiaa.org. Tolokanina, I'm being told right now, is in second place with a time of 27.59. Not as close as I'd thought. And there in the yellow bib, current World Tour leader, #1. After 3 competitions, she's got 2 silvers and a gold. Katarina Kosheva. So Tomas on the right and Kosheva on the left, and Kosheva moving really, really well. Drives to the top, big finish for Kosheva. Ryan Tomas on that right-hand side with another good finish. Let's see those results coming in. Katarina Kosheva now climbs alone for her second route. Let's see how it goes for her. You see in the background of the screen, the snowplow is still working hard to make this place accessible for tomorrow's lead finals. Ooh, Kosheva slips there halfway, finishes strong. Get those times refreshed and updated as quick as possible. And then, of course, we'll go to the men's semi-final. Top 16 men from qualifiers will compete for their place in the finals. So we're getting the information now. Katarina Kosheva's actually knocked Maria Tolokanina down to third. Sits in second behind Valeria Bogdan. 26 seconds, just over 26 seconds is the time for Katarina Kosheva. 25, 26, 27 for those top 3. And as soon as we have the confirmed start list, the women's speed finals, those top 8 that will duel, then we'll give you that on a graphic.
She got rid of the fucking horse.
So I believe we can take a look at provisional rankings. Let's refresh that screen and see where people are at. Okay, good. Top 8. Kendra stretched through to the finals. Excellent work for her for the USA. 36.3. She will race the fastest climber, Valeria Bogdan, 25.84. 11 seconds between those two. It's going to be a very hard fight for Kendra, but not impossible. Katarina Kosheva in second. And the screen refreshed. Never mind. Vivian Labaril in 9th, Annie Bertling in 10th, Olga Kozak in 11th, Anna Udartseva in 12th, Aneta Luzheka in 13th, Naya Yage in 14th, and Haruko Takayuchi in 15th. Now, you'll wonder why there's only 15 names. That was because Lindsay Hastings didn't get a finish in time. Let's go straight into our men's competition. We go to Tristan Lanavon of France. Very good work from him, moving really well there. That's a good starting time for Tristan Ladevant. And these men are much more tightly packed than that ladies' field. So these athletes know they've got to put in really solid performances in this semi-final if they want that place in the finals. Thomas Gerlein of the USA. As I mentioned earlier, his family came all the way from the USA to watch him here in Rabenstein. Ladevant on the right. Tristan Ladevant moving really well again. Thomas Gerlein trying to find some pace on that left-hand side. Oh, no! Tristan Lagavon falls. He's out of there. You see him holding his head. He knows how close he was. That's him out of the competition. See that again. Feet slipped, but he managed to regain it. Let's watch those hands carefully. The right hand popped and the left hand didn't manage to find any ice. It's him out of there. Anton Grebennikov of Russia joins us now. Younger of the two Grebennikov brothers who both qualified for this speed semi-finals.
Ready?
Thomas Gerlein's first climb at 21.48 seconds. Anton Grebennikov lines up, ready to go. Thomas Gerlein on that right hand side for his second route. There we go. Russia on the left, USA on the right. Grebennikov solid there. Not the fastest that we've seen of the three yet. Very consistent pace from bottom to top. Thomas Gerlein finishes. Great work from him. Bib number 7, Thomas Gerlein, returns to earth. Kevin Lindlaw of the USA is our next athlete. Made finals in the lead competition for the first time this year. Here he goes. Grebennikov on the right, Lindlaw on the left. And it's very, very close run. Lindlaw pulling away now, keeping that pace going. Good finish. And his teammates cheering in the crowd there. Really great first route there from Kevin Lindlaw. Here's a man to watch. 2 gold medals this season already. The World Tour leader, Russia's Anton Nemov. 4th place in China. Can he take a 3rd gold medal this season here in Rabenstein? Really good pace on that left-hand side. Look at him go. Got that right tool stuck. Managed to recover for the finish. Anton Grebennikov, the leader, up to now 30.83. Kevin Lindlaw, again, pretty fast on that right-hand side. We'll have to get his cumulative times in, but great effort for the first route there for Anton Nemov. Nemov moves right now, and David Buffard moves left, and we just had it confirmed that Kevin Lindlaw, actually, just over 28 seconds, is now the current leader. Brilliant work from him. Anton Nemov on that right-hand side is going to be doing everything he can to take that lead off Kevin Lindlaw. Powering through that route. Big finish on the right-hand side. I think Kevin Lindlaw was the leader for a few seconds, but I'm pretty sure that Anton Nemov is going to take that away. Look at that technique from Nemov. Spots his route flawlessly, finishes aggressively. Great work. knocks 8.5 seconds off Kevin Lundmar's time, 20.54 the time set by Anton Yemov. There's our next athlete. Nikolai Kuzovlev sits third in the overall ranking so far. He's had 2 podiums with a silver and a bronze, and 5th in China. Moving really well, and he's in fantastic shape this season. Really strong finish from him there. David Bufar of Canada with his finish on the right. Just short of 16 seconds for him. You see Kuzovlev's face totally focused. Very, very motivated for this competition. The other new athlete joins us on the left, and it's the current 2nd place in the tour overall. It's Vladislav Yurlov. Kuzovlev on that right-hand side. He set the first sub 10 seconds on the left-hand side with his first route, and it's another sub 10 on the right-hand side with his second, 9.04 for him. That's a very, very good cumulative time. Sub 20 seconds. We'll have the confirmed result in a second, but that's him almost certainly through into provisional first place. Vladislav Yurlov on that left-hand side moves right now. Wearing the red bib, current world champion Vladimir Kartashev took that title after the competition in Champagny-en-Holmois. We'll be in Champagny next week. Look at Kartashev go, moving really, really well on that left-hand side. Powering through ahead of Yurlov. Look at that, 8.66 seconds. Are you kidding me? Nikolai Kuzovlev with 18.06 as his cumulative time. Vladimir Kartashev, he's coming for him. Very quick feet, and look at the speed on his hands. This structure really suiting him. Kartashev, one of the smaller speed athletes. About 5'7", 5'8". The antithesis to Vladimir Kartashev is that man right there, Dmitry the Bear Grebennikov. 6'5" from Siberia, 85 kilos, total monster. Vladimir Kartashev on that right-hand side, very, very quick, and look at that, awesome work from him. Big finish from Grebennikov. Dmitry Grebennikov finishing his first route there. We are told that Vladimir Kartashev was 0.3 of a second slower than Kuzovlev, 18.31 his time. So he goes to second place, Kuzovlev still in the top spot. There's the next Ladovon brother. Luna Ladovon. Luna Ladovon of France. On that left-hand side, Dmitry Grebennikov of Russia. On the right-hand side, we see there that current leader is Nikolai Kuzovlev, 11.4 seconds, 12.99 for Dmitry Grebennikov. Next route we'll see in a second. course, all these athletes vying for that place in the finals. Cumulative times mean everything. Now, that man there is a very interesting character, Marcus Garcia, wearing bib number 14. One of the long-standing members of Team USA, but also one of the coaches, one of the men responsible for bringing so many strong US athletes through the ranks. He's done so well over the years at that grassroots level to bring passionate young climbers into the ice climbing community. And yet he can still make a semi-finals in himself. Luna Ladivor on the right-hand side, Marcus Garcia on the left. Luna finishing in 12.75. Marcus finishing 5.98, or rather 15.98, excuse me. He will now move right. We'll see if Luna Ladivor's cumulative time is fast enough to get him in, and of course his brother won't be there with that unfortunate fall, taking him out of the semi-finals. Lots and lots of support for Marcus on the live stream. Luna Ladivor moving into 5th place with his time. Okay, here's another fast climber, Rad Mosen. I've said this every week so far. Rad Mosen is one of our fastest competitors. He has the capacity, the ability to beat all of the Russians. He is so fast. And you can see, look at it, absolutely rapid, really got some great pace there. Little slip cost him, 10.92 is his time, but he has the potential, if he can make finals, to be on that podium, to potentially be up there on the top spot. He's just missed out on those top spots with slips like that, little slips in form. I'm not sure whether it's confidence or performance anxiety, but Rad Mosen has just missed out several times this season now on what I believe is the success that he deserves. Speaking of success, there is Liam Foster of the USA. Liam took the gold medal in the speed competition in Uiaa last week in Colorado. Uiaa Ice Festival, a big international festival that is separate to the World Cup. A lot of different competitors go there. Of course, the people that run the World Cup came here to Europe and to South Fe. Liam was there and took gold medal. Ahead of some great pedigree as well. Dennis van Hoek was there, Netherlands. Liam Foster on the left-hand side moving well. Rad Mosen on the right-hand side, 14.03. That should put him into the top 8 for the finals qualifying places. Of course, we'll have those results for you once everything's over here in this semi-final. Don't go anywhere, we'll be going straight into the women's speed final as soon as the men's are done. And I am told that he is guaranteed to be in the finals now. Rad Mosen in 6th place, with only 2 more athletes to climb. He will, unless there's an appeal, almost certainly compete in that final. Now, on the left-hand side, we have Anton Sukarev, Russian athlete, moving really well. Oh, he slips near the top. 10.29 is his time. Big finish for Liam Foster on the right. Take a look at his cumulative time and see if he's done enough. Kevin Lindlaw currently sitting in 8th place in that danger zone. Will he qualify? Have to wait and see. Liam Foster's official time just over 29 seconds. He's going to be in 9th place, which is not enough to see him through to finals. Next athlete, Jonathan Brown. He is our 16th and final athlete in this men's semi-final. On the left-hand side, on the right-hand side, Anton Sukarev of Russia moving very, very well. Big stumble in the middle. That's going to slow him down. Can he recover? Yes, he can. And he can still finish in under 12 seconds. 15.79 for Jonathan Brown. So Jonathan will come down, move right. side. Sukharov now moves into 5th place, which will of course bump Kevin Lindlaw out into 9th place. Dmitry Grebennikov now sits in 8th. We'll have to wait and see what happens with Jonathan Brown. See if Grebennikov stays in or not. Needs a good run this time, Jonathan Brown. Oh, it's a fall, very low. See the frustration there for Jonathan, representing Switzerland. And that is the end of the semi-final. So that we see Jonathan Brown, that fall there, the ice coming away. We'll be able to give you those results now for the men's speed semi-final. Top 8 in that men's competition are the ones that will go through, and here they come. Look at that, top 8. In 8th place, Dmitry Grebennikov of Russia. 7th place, Rad Mozin of Iran. 6th place, Luna Ladovon of France. 5th place, Anton Sukharov of Russia. 4th place, Vladislav Yurlov of Russia. 3rd place, Anton Yemov of Russia. Kartashev, 2nd, and Nikolai Kuzovlev of Russia in 1st. 10 seconds between 1st and 8th. And the bottom 8, of course, 2 of them didn't get time, so we only see the bottom 6. Kevin Lindlow of the USA, Liam Foster of the USA, Marcus Garcia of the USA, Anton Grebennikov, David Buffar, and Thomas Gerlein, Russia, Canada, and USA, respectively, making up the bottom part of that table. So in just a few moments' time, we will see the speed finals, and that is dual format. What that means is our first place athlete will compete directly with our 8th place athlete. So in this case, it will be Ekaterina Kosheva of Russia versus Kendra Stritch. They will race both routes, Katerina on the left, Kendra on the right, and they will switch, and their cumulative times will be against each other. And at that point, the fastest athlete will advance to the next round. So this is the finals, but we actually call the first round of the finals the quarterfinals, then we have the semis and of course the finals. We also have a 3rd place duel. So let me tell you those start lists. First duel will be Kosheva versus Stritch. Second duel will be Ekaterina Feoktistova of Russia versus Natalia Savitskaya of Russia. Third duel, 2nd place Maria Tolokanina versus 7th place Marion Thomas, Russia versus France. And the 4th and final duel will be Valeria Bogdan versus Marion Filipova, both Russian athletes, 3rd and 6th place respectively. There's Feoktistova on the screen. Once that ladies' speed final is over, then we'll go straight into the men's, and we'll have all that start information for you then. We'll see if Feoktistova has recovered well enough, ready for the finals here. She's got a battle on her hands competing against Savitskaya, but she is more than capable, believe me. She's a multiple-time gold medalist in the speed competition, took the overall title, in fact, in 2015. She took silver medal here in Rabenstein. Let's take a look at that start list just to confirm what was just said. So that is your women's start list. First versus, okay, there we go. 1 versus 2, 3 versus 4, 5 versus 6, 7 versus 8. So those are actually the duels. Those are not the qualifying positions. So it's 1-8, then it's 4-5, then it's 2-7, and then it's 3-6. Great to see Russia and Russia represented as always, but of course the USA and France represented as well. And that will be taking place in just a few seconds. If you are just joining us, a very warm welcome to Pasayatal. We are here for the 4th round of the 2019 Uiaa Aisklamiing World Cup, and you are watching the women's speed finals. The First duel in the speed finals. That left-hand side is a Katarina Kosheva, the current World Tour leader. On the right-hand side, the underdog in this duel is Kendra Stritch. Here they go. Kendra on that right-hand side, getting off to a pretty good start. Kosheva starting to accelerate away now, moving really well through that middle section. Kendra keeping that movement going. Big finish for Kosheva, 12.25 for her. Smart run from Kosheva. She can go much faster, but knows that she's quicker than Kendra Stritch and doesn't want to do anything that would jeopardise her qualifying for the next round. So we'll probably see something similar for her in the second run. She just needs to not make any mistakes. Kendra Stritch now moving to that left-hand side. Kosheva to the right. People tuned in from all over the world. It's great to have you on board. I have Dirk Tyler tuned in. He was with us in Sazfay last week. Has the bluest eyes of any of the judges on the entire circuit. Kendra Stritch on the left-hand side moving really well. Katarina Kosheva on that right-hand side, powering through that top section. Look at that. That was a very close run. Kosheva, very smart competitor, knows that she doesn't have to blitz herself. She can just do enough to beat Stritch, and that will see her through to the next round, stay warm, and qualify. In that time as well, she's going to be looking for the best route so that she can move quickly. Here's Feoktistova on the left-hand side and Savitskaya on the right. There goes Feoktistova, really good start to the run for her. Savitskaya dropping behind. Feoktistova keeps that pace now. She just, a little stumble, the right tool gets stuck, still ahead. Another fall, and it's 12.64 for her. Savitskaya just behind. That big slip at the top costing her valuable seconds. Switch sides now for their second run.
Ready?
Savitskaya lined up on the left. Feoktistova on the right.
Good one.
Here they go. Feoktistova needs to keep that lead, and she's off to a very solid start. Longer legs, longer arms, strong frame, and a big fall from Savitskaya is going to slow her right down. Feoktistova just needs to hold it together now. She saw that fall. 12 seconds is her time. Good finish. That Feoktistova will be advancing through to the next round here in Rabenstein. 24.69 her time. Okay, next duel. Maria versus Marion. Maria Tolokanina of Russia versus Marion Thomas of France. Tolokanina, reigning world champion, multiple time world #1. Marion Thomas looking pretty solid on that right hand side, but Maria Tolokanina accelerating away. Marion Thomas with a big slip. She needed to have a flawless performance if she wanted to beat Tolokanina, and you can see why as Tolokanina accelerates away. 12. Oh, Thomas falls out of the frame, and that's the competition over for her. Tolokanina will advance as long as she finishes this next run. Big finish from Tolokanina. Just over 12 seconds was her time. Tomas go and get rid of a kit. 12.56. Marita Tolkanina's first time.
Ready?
Let's see how she fares this next run. Marita Tolkanina has won this competition before. Tomas being allowed to race again on that left-hand side. A little unusual, but great that she's getting to climb nonetheless. And Marita Tolkanina, the overall winner there. We'll see what her total time was. I'm going to say that it wasn't quite as fast as Katarina Feoktistova. Qualifying athletes will duel based on their groups now, not based on their cumulative time. So Group 1 and Group 2 winners will duel, Group 3 and Group 4 winners will duel. We go from there. There's Valeria Bogdan, last week's gold medalist in the speed competition. She's up against Mariam Filipova. Look at Bogdan absolutely flying up the start now on that left-hand side. Mariam Filipova left in her dust. 11.38. Bogdan's first time, 16.7 for Mariam Filipova. Very casual performance there from Bogdan. Made it look easy. Bogdan clicked in now her first time of 11.38, giving her good contingency. Big buffer between her and fastest climbers otherwise. Let's see how she fares on this next run. Filipova, the fastest of the two there on the initial start. Filipova still ahead. Bogdan knows she just needs to finish this. Matching her move for move. Filipova finishes in 14.26. Bogdan just over 14.4. Another strong performance from Valeria Bogdan there. Valeria Bogdan's total time, 26.24. Again, no big stress for her.
Who are you on?
Bogdan, very, very smooth all the way up. Karen's tuned in from Bonnie, Scotland. Great to have you on board, Karen. I believe I should say hello to Jackson and Haley as well, who are also watching with you. Lots of people tuned in all over the show. It's great to have you all on board. If you are tuned in, then why not let us know where you are watching from and who you are supporting. Maybe you're supporting that man, Nikolai Kuzovlev of Russia. Now, a first men's duel. Let me give you those men's start lists very, very quickly before we start there. Nikolai Kuzovlev will duel against Dmitry Grebennikov. Vladislav Irlov against Anton Sukharev. Vladimir Kartashev against Radmozen. Anton Yemov against Luna Ladovon. In that order. Big shout out to Ali as well in Scotland. I'm sure she agrees the sound is remarkably good here. Nikolai Kuzovlev on that left-hand side makes a very strong start. Dmitry Grebennikov on the right-hand side, trailing behind. 9.86 is Nikolai Kuzovlev's first run. Great to have so many familiar faces and names on the broadcast. We have athletes like Miral Honsro. We have officials like Tiffany. Get well soon, Tiffany. Nikolai Kuzovlev, very, very quick on that first run. Moves to the right now. Dmitry Grebennikov switches sides, goes to the left. Let's see how this one pans out.
Ready?
Athletes are cold to begin. Go right for those beeps. Here we go. Grebennikov on the left, Kuzovlev on the right. Kuzovlev in the red sleeves moving very, very well. Fast hands through that lower middle section. Powers through the upper section, and it's 10.09 for his second time. Very fast indeed. .95 his total time. Sub 20 seconds, isn't quite as fast as his semi-finals runs, but as I said, we will start to see the times getting faster and faster throughout this final section now as the duels get closer and more contested. Bib number 40, Vladislav Urlov of Russia on the left-hand side. Bib number 42, Anton Sukarev of Russia on that right-hand side. Would Anton be here if he had not been rescued by the Good Samaritans in the Mazda last night? Who knows? If you're wondering what I'm going on about, you can check that out on Instagram stories at Liam Lonsdale for the full video and sing-along. Sukarev absolutely stormed that one. 8.73. Hello. Sub 9 seconds for the Russian. We've had some good performances from him this season. He did win a medal. Sukarev, of course, took the bronze medal in China. And that classic technique that he adopts, the outside wrists, you see him turning those axes slightly to the side, and he actually pulls inwards as well as downwards. It's a very interesting technique. Gives him a lot of stability. Here they go again. Look at that, Urlov absolutely powering up that right-hand side this time, and he does not want to be knocked out. And with a 9.09 and a 9.51, that's very close. We'll have to wait and see the times and what they come in at. Whether Urlov did enough to go through, we'll wait and see as those results come in. Should be enough for Sukarev, I think. But we will wait for those results to confirm. Okay, I keep saying it, but I'm very excited about this next pairing, particularly Radmosen on that right-hand side. Can he beat?
Ready?
Kartashev on the left, Mosen on the right. Can Mosen finally pull it together? Can Mosen finally make it into that top four? Kartashev 8.34, Mosen 8.89, 0.5 of a second between the two. That is not an unbeatable margin. That's the fastest run we've seen today. Vladimir Kartashev on the left-hand side. Can Radmosen make that deficit back? Half a second. One little slip from Kartashev is all it takes. But blimey, with a run like that, I really do not know how much chance Radmosen has. Got my fingers and toes crossed for him. It's always exciting when we get some other nations in there, mixing it with the Russians. just to give you some context, Radmosen's run just then was actually the 4th fastest of the whole competition so far. So he's so good. I'm willing him to do well now. No mistakes needed. Little stumble at the start, and there it is. It's all over. Kartashev just needs to keep it together. Mosens is accelerating, but it's another stumble. Kartashev needs to finish. There it is. Big one. 8.94. Yet again, just outside of that podium duel. Oh, Radmosen, I feel for you. .28 is Vladimir Kartashev's cumulative time. Fastest of the competition. Anton Yemov, the man on your screen now, wearing that yellow bib, the World Tour leader so far. 2 gold medals already. I'm quite sure that he'll be vying for a 3rd. Sets off strong on the left-hand side, and Luna Ladovon almost looked like he didn't start at all. There's a big slip there. Yemov stumbles. Luna Ladovon's got a lot of work to do. Yemov 9.12 with that stumble. Luna Ladovon nowhere to be seen. Oof, and gets his tool stuck at the top. Needs to be careful. Slams into the back there. Really good finish there from Yemov. They switch sides now. This is our last duel of this men's quarter-final. We're in the final 8. We'll go through to the women. Now, unless Anton Yemov makes a big mistake, it's almost certain that he will advance to that next round. Luna Ladovon's got a lot of work to do. Big slip on that left-hand side for Luna Ladovon. Anton Yemov on the right-hand side just needs to get up there. 10.87, not the fastest, but definitely enough to see him through. We'll have his cumulative times for you just a moment. 19.99 time Anton Yemov set there. So the fastest 4 men advance through to that next round and are in the contention for a medal. Now we return to the women's competition. And our fastest 4 ladies are, of course, Katerina Feoktistova, Maria Tolokanina, Lilia Bogdan, and Katerina Kosheva. 4 previous gold medalists, 4 very talented athletes, 4 very different athletes. Katerina Feoktistova will start on that left-hand side. Maria Tolokanina on the right-hand side. There is the 4 athletes in the order of their duels. And off they go. Feoktistova ahead of Tolokanina at this point. It's a really good run, but Tolokanina's accelerating. This is very close indeed. Little stumble from Tolokanina, and it's Feoktistova that wins that first duel. This is going to be very tight for the second run. No mistakes. These athletes will have to run perfectly if they want to get through to that next round. Feoktistova ahead by a slim margin. 11.51 her first time. Feoktistova took the silver medal here last season. She took the gold medal here the year before. Should have wanted another gold today, I can tell you that. especially after missing last week's round in Sazfed. Feoktistova was the fastest at the start, but it's Tolokanina who has a whole second to make up on that left-hand side, who's starting to pull ahead. Feoktistova is almost catching her. It's very close. It's less than a second deficit, and if my math is correct, which often it isn't, I have to say, but if my math is correct, then it is Feoktistova that will advance to that next round, knocking out overall world champion Maria Tolokanina. We'll have that information for you just a few seconds, and having it told to me in my ear right now. Total time of 23.63 seconds. Advancing to the next round is Katerina Feoktistova of Russia. Guaranteed silver medal for Feoktistova. Now, who will be competing for gold and silver? Who will be competing for bronze and fourth? Valeria Bogdan on the left-hand side, Katerina Kosheva on the right, last week's gold medalist and the current World Tour leader, battling it out, left and right, very close. Kosheva starting to pull away now, but Bogdan seems to be recovering. Who's going to take it first? Bogdan, 0.5 of a second ahead of Kosheva, better on the finish there. If you watched in those earlier rounds of the semi-final moving through to the final, Bogdan's finish actually isn't a strike. It's almost like a continuous part of the movement. Look at her. Doesn't stall to hit the top, whereas the other athletes actually pause and then hit. That half a second makes all the difference. Watch it again. Kosheva stops with the feet to hit the top. Bogdan, watch those feet. Still driving, still driving, still driving all the way to the top, and that half a second is what makes the difference. Very, very close run thing. Let's see if it makes a difference now. 11.45 is Bogdan's time, and she is the one that is in the lead. Will she knock out the current World Tour leader? Bogdan on the right, Kosheva on the left. Bogdan already pulling ahead. Strong feet from Bogdan. Kosheva looking tired. Bogdan just needs to keep it together. Big finish from her. Awesome work, 10.91. And last week's gold medalist knocks out the overall World Tour leader. Katerina Kosheva will have a chance to compete for bronze medal, but it will be Bogdan versus Feoktistova competing for the gold. 22.36 seconds the total time for Valeria Bogdan. Just less than a whole second between her and Feoktistova. Let's see what happens. I'm excited, guys. I don't know about you. If you are enjoying this, then of course share it. Share this broadcast with people that you might that might like it as well. We love it when you do that. Hit that like button, hit that love button if you're really feeling it. We're going to go to the men's duel now. Fastest four men. We have the start list for you of those four men. There it is. Vladimir Kartashev will duel against Anton Nemov. Anton Sukarev will duel against Nikolai Kuzovlev. Four very fast athletes. Let me quickly review the results so far, just to take a look at how they compare over this season. So let's get some context. Anton Nemov, current world ranked #1 in the tour so far, 2 gold medals. He will duel against Vladimir Kartashev, current ranked 4th, only 1 medal this season, but the reigning world champion. Nikolai Kuzovlev, a silver and a bronze so far this season, will duel against Anton Sukarev, who has 1 bronze medal this season. Sukarev has real potential. He's got young legs, he's fresh, he's hungry. Kuzovlev has been training incredibly hard. He's in the best physical shape, I think, possible for an ice climbing athlete. The best I've ever seen him in, for sure. Kartashev, as fast as ever, was incredibly quick in South Bay. Nemov just seems to be unstoppable. Who's going to go through? Only one way to find out, and it's Kartashev with the powerful start, and he stumbles, a big stumble. That's going to slow him down massively, and it's Nemov that pulls away. Is that an unassailable lead? Let's see. 9.8 for Anton Nemov. 13.52 for Vladimir. They switch sides now. Now, technically, the athletes aren't allowed to have a little drink there. I don't wish to be a party pooper, but the athletes are supposed to advance immediately to the route, but we'll see. Doesn't look like the judges are penalising them on that at the moment. Yemov on the left-hand side, the World Tour leader against the reigning world champion Vladimir Kartashev on the right-hand side. Kartashev currently several seconds behind Yemov after that big fall at the beginning. He's got a lot of work to do, and Kartashev advances already. Look at him go. Yemov stumbles on that left-hand side. This is getting interesting. Can Kartashev make up that deficit? Yemov will need to stumble again. Kartashev with a big finish. Yemov 11.18, Kartashev 9.23. I'm waiting for someone to tell me in my ear what that means, because that will be a very, very close run thing. Look at Kartashev. He was absolutely flying then. He knew that he had a lot of work to do. It's Yemov that goes through. 20.98 seconds for him. Kartashev did well, but didn't do enough. His finishing time, 22.75. That multiple second deficit just was too big to try and catch up on. He needed a big fall from Yemov. There is Anton Yemov. He advances through to the gold medal duel. Kartashev will duel for bronze. Left-hand side, Anton Sukarev. Right-hand side, Nikolai Kuzovlev, and it's very close. Kuzovlev with the fastest hands, and he slips, but he manages to catch it. He's still in the competition, but it's Sukarev that finishes very quickly there. And if he can keep up that form, Sukarev is guaranteed a silver. So we'll have to wait and see. Will it be a second medal of the season for Anton Sukarev? Or will Kuzovlev pull a miracle out of the ice? We'll have to wait and see. There is Sukarev. Quite a tall athlete, deceptively tall. Sets himself up. That's just Kuzovlev. The left-hand side has tended to be a faster starting side so far, but it's the middle of the route where things start to get really quick. Kuzovlev, as I just said, starts faster on that left-hand side. He knows he's got a big deficit to make up, and Sukarev does stumble. Can Sukarev keep it together? Kuzovlev finishes. Sukarev finishes, and that is less than a second. I believe that will put Sukarev through. Waiting for confirmation on that information. Kuzovlev with a very big finish there. Awesome work from him, and he knew he had a big job to do. It is Sukarev that goes through. 18.97 seconds for Anton Sukarev. Guaranteed silver medal. It's his best ever result in a speed competition at World Cup level. Now it's between him and Yemov for the gold medal. It will be Nikolai Kuzovlev and Vladimir Kartashev. That battle for bronze. We have a start list for the women now. Katerina Feoktistova will duel with Valeria Bogdan for that gold medal. Feoktistova qualifying in 23.63. Valeria Bogdan qualifying in 22.36. So they're very close. But before that, we'll have a bronze medal run. Kosheva will duel with Tolokanina. These athletes often training together. If you follow either of them on Instagram, you'll see that they're very good friends, as well as competitors. The Russian team, very tight-knit, very supportive of each other. Kosheva on the left, Tolokanina on the right. But, oh, and it's a big fall for Tolokanina. She's out. That is a shock. and a horror, and it's Kosheva that keeps on going. Big finish for her, 11.87. Not often that we see Maria Tolokanina fall. She did fall very low in that finals route last week in Saas-Fee. Oh, and look at that. That left tool popped and her right tool popped and it was all over. Kosheva knew she just had to keep it together. No mistakes. All the way to the finish. And that means, as long as she finishes this next run, Katerina Kosheva is guaranteed the bronze medal. That will put her in a very strong position for the overall tour ranking as she goes through for this fourth comp.
Ready?
So Kosheva will still run. There she goes. Of course she runs alone because Tolokanina fell on that right-hand route. Don't expect any records broken on this run. There it is. Bronze medal for Russia's Ekaterina Kosheva. 26.75 seconds total time for her. And to give you some context, Valeria Bogdan 22.36 was her qualifying time for the final duel. Katerina Feoktistova 23.63. Looking at those numbers, whole just less than a whole second between them. And here it is. Left hand side in the grey sleeves, youngster Valeria Bogdan, only 17 years old, and on the right hand side, the purple sleeves, there's Katerina Feoktistova, and they're very, very close at the moment. No, Bogdan's off! She's out of there! Feoktistova just needs to finish her, and it's almost a fall for her. Just keep it together. She hasn't realised it, she probably has now, but as long as she finishes, that's a gold medal for her. I'm sure it's not the circumstances that she was hoping for, and of course the sports action is the ultimate thing here, but it's a gold medal for Feoktistova. All she needs to do is finish this second route, and let's watch Bogdan one more time. Bib 118. She might have your number, but she did not have that route dialed. The axe fell, she was out of there, and it was all over for last week's gold medalist. Feoktistova with a very modest time of 16.44. No stress, no rush. Easy work. Tomorrow we will be chatting to all of the winners from all the different competitions. So if you do have questions for Ekaterina Feoktistova, then you can of course send them in to us here at the UIAA, put them in the chat box, or send them to me directly on @Liam Lonsdale. You can use the hashtag as well, UIAA Ice-Climbing. Just telling Feoktistova that she still has to run. There she goes. Again, merely a formality. Pushing on up there to secure the gold medal here at the fourth round of the 2019 UIAA Ice Climbing World Cup in Passautal, Südtirol, the Rabenstein round. So to confirm those results, gold medal goes to Ekaterina Feoktistova, silver medal to Valeria Bogdan, and bronze medal to Ekaterina Kosheva. Those medals will be awarded tomorrow, and we will have an interview with Feoktistova tomorrow, straight after the lead finals. So do stick around for that tomorrow. As soon as those finals finish, I'll be running down to the competition zone to chat to the ladies and men's winners in speed and lead. Great to see her back on winning form after her illness last week. So we go now to the men's final. First run is for bronze medal. Vladimir Kartashev versus Nikolai Kuzovlev. Kartashev on the left, Kuzovlev on the right, and Kuzovlev cuts off to the better of the two stars, but Kartashev's catching him up on that left-hand side. Kuzovlev in the red sleeve slips, Kartashev in the yellow sleeve slips. Kuzovlev finishes in 9.47, Kartashev in just over 10 seconds. Very, very close indeed. Kuzovlev wants that medal. Would be the third medal for him in this speed competition this year. Kartashev with those two slips cost him. There he is, 9.47, his fastest time in that right-hand run. Significantly faster than his first times as well. Just less than a second between the two of them. A flawless run from Kartashev, and any flawless run from Kuzovlev could cost him a medal here. Who will be stood on that third place podium tomorrow? High right foot from Kuzovlev, a powerful start from him. Generates the momentum, and it's a big, big explosion from him. Big reaches, and he's looking to find the momentum. Kartashev powering away, but just not able to catch Kuzovlev, who does finish first. 10.21. It's the bronze medal for Nikolai Kuzovlev. And it's fourth place for Vladimir Kartashev. So now we can show you bronze medal, total time of 19.67. Bib number 1. It's the bronze medal for Nikolai Kuzovlev. Okay, business end of this men's speed final. In that yellow bib is Anton Yemov, current World Tour leader so far. 2 gold medals and a 4th. To the left-hand side, Anton Sukarev, he's got a bronze medal to his name. It's his first ever medal. Oh, and it's a big fall from Sukarev to start, but Yemov just stalling out, and Sukarev starting to accelerate now on the left-hand side. Yemov keeping up with him. He's very, very close indeed. So close, and it's Sukarev that finishes first. A big lunge with that right hand ahead of Yemov, who opted to power through. That was superb. Big mistakes from both, but flipping heck, that was still so close. 10.04 and 10.11. Less than a 1/10 of a second between them. It's going to need another flawless run from Sukarev and another mistake from Yemov if Sukarev wants to hold on to that lead. Yemov very, very fast in the recovery there. It appeared like he just couldn't get the momentum in that bottom section, Anton Yemov. He was just not as fast as I was expecting. Sukarev on the right-hand side, the faster of the two sides for him so far. This could be his day. World Tour leader on the left, the underdog by all accounts on the right. Line up, and here they go. Big stumble from Sukarev. Yemov gets off to a good start, and they're very close again. Sukarev starting to accelerate. Yemov pulls away. It's going to be so close. Another slip from Yemov. Sukarev got his tool stuck. He's going one-handed. Yemov finishes. And it's a heartbreak as Sukarev goes one-handed to the finish. Yemov takes his 3rd gold medal of the season. And it's still silver for Sukarev, his first ever silver medal. Amazing work from him. Very, very close indeed. Anton Yemov wasn't sure, and Sukarev, who climbed with one tool to the top, took silver. Big smiles for Nemov. Total time of 20.2 seconds, winning him the gold medal. Sukarev with silver and Kuzovlev with bronze. Another all-Russian podium in both the men's and women's competitions. Do remember that tomorrow we have lead, semis and finals. If you want to watch the semi-finals, you'll be able to tune into those at 8 AM local time. Can get us here in Rabenstein and watch all of that action. We'll be live with the finals at 12:45 local time tomorrow. That's Central European time, an hour ahead of Great Britain, 8 hours behind Eastern Asia. Those are the times on your screen. 8 AM and 12:45, and if today's qualifiers are anything to go by, it's going to be sensational. I think we can take a quick look at the final results in those men's and women's speed finals. When we have those, you'll get the confirmation of those results in both competitions. Of course, the results aren't finalised until the judges sign them off. On that tower there, we'll also have the speed record tomorrow. There was Feoktistova, gold medalist this week. If the judges sign it off, I don't see any reason that they would appeal that. It's been a very fair run competition. Anton Nemov in that thrilling finals. I'm just being told we actually don't have the final results, but don't worry about that. I can tell you that in the ladies' competition, it was, of course, gold medal for Ekaterina Feoktistova. It was silver medal for Valeria Bogdan, and it was bronze medal for Ekaterina Kosheva. And in the men's competition, bronze medal goes to Russia's Nikolai Kuzovlev, silver medal to Russia's Anton Sukarev, and gold medal, his third of the season. Absolute domination from Anton Nemov. Ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up our speed finals here in Rabenstein. Do remember to tune in tomorrow, 8 AM for the lead semi-finals for the men and women, and 12:45 PM for the lead finals for the men and women. It's been an absolute pleasure as always. My name is Liam Lonsdale. Whatever you're doing for the rest of the day or for the rest of the evening, do it safely and do it with heart. Thanks so much and good night.